handle, so if you'd like to check me out over there, I will leave that linked down below. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I do upload a video. Today's video is going to be my next product showdown. Today I'm going to be comparing two products, one that is brand new and one that is a cult favorite. It is personally one of my absolute favorites. I've used this product every single day for a year or longer now, so I figured I'd be kind of a good person to test them out and see if they are compatible, comparable, close to the same product, possibly a dupe. Products I'm going to have in my little showdown today. MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, which is a cult classic. I've used this for over a year. I've actually used this product exclusively for over a year. It is the only eye primer that I have found works for my oily eyelids. I used to have a huge problem with creasing eyeshadows, and then I found this and I have not turned back. So I have it in Soft Ochre. This is actually my second because they last absolutely forever. Like, it took me about a year to use it, my last one, and actually my last one expired before I could use it all the way up, and I was using it every single time I put makeup on. So that is the Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC, and then the one I'm going to be comparing it to, the Revolution Pro Eye Element in Core. So it looks about the same component. It's glass, just like the paint pot, and then when you open it, it's a little tub identical to the MAC. Revolution Pro is supposed to be kind of a dupes brand in a way. Like, they make products at a lower price range that are similar or comparable or dupe-ish to high-end products, and you know, it does suck, but I think they made this different enough to not be complete absolute like knockoff dupe. So I guess I kind of feel more comfortable about that. So these at Ulta, the MAC Paint Pots retails for $22. I have it in Soft Ochre, which is the best for my skin tone out of their selection. Revolution Pro, you can also get at Ulta. It is $8, and I have it in Core. So these are really similar in color. The Revolution Pro is lighter, which is awesome because I find in the winter when I'm at my palest, Soft Ochre is a bit dark for me, so the Core is actually perfect for me. I have used this one other time before because I just kind of wanted to get, I didn't want this to be like a first impression. I wanted this to be my actual thoughts on the product. So I've used it one other time. This will be my second time. I will do a check-in at the end of the day so we can look at the eyeshadow because I am curious to know if they're going to crease. I know this one doesn't crease very bad. Still kind of creases a little bit, but I have super oily eyelids, so there's no primer that I can get that won't crease. And I'm curious to know if this is going to be comparable to it. So MAC is $22, Revolution Pro is $18. That is a $14 difference for an eye primer. Eye primer is really hard for me to spend that much money. I've always gotten the MAC on sale at Ulta's 21 days of sale. So that is the only way I'm able to justify buying the high-end eye primer. So I'm really hoping that these will be comparable so that I can use this one also, and hopefully it's a more cost-effective eye primer to use. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these so you can see the color difference. All right, so the top one is the MAC, so you can see it's definitely darker, and then the bottom one is the Revolution Pro, which is a lot lighter. So they're pretty comparable in color. It's about the same undertone. MAC is described as a yellow beige, and then the Revolution Pro is described as a warm toned light beige. So I guess they kind of are described the color. One's lighter, one's darker. Go ahead and apply the primers, and then we will see how they look, how they wear, if it's kind of the same consistency. So I'm going to put my MAC on my right. So I just apply them with my fingers. I put a little bit on my fingers, and I just kind of tap it over my lid gently. I really like this type of primer because I do have really pigmented eyelids. If you can tell, I'll kind of, so I do have really pigmented eyelids, so I really like this type of primer because it does cancel out all my veinage or darkness I have in my eyelid, and then I have kind of a blank canvas for my eyeshadows to go on. I applied the MAC, I wiped off my finger, and I'm going to apply the Revolution Pro. So right off the bat, I can tell definitely the MAC Revolution is the lighter in color, which, like I said earlier, does work for my skin tone because I'm just a bit paler than I normally am. The Soft Ochre works really well during the summer, but during the winter it is definitely just a tad darker. So I just apply that, and really when it comes to first initial feeling of the product, they do feel practically the same. I mean, they're the same creamy consistency. I really, once you put your finger in, I don't really notice a whole lot of difference to the products. There they are. They're both applied. They both even out really well. They both blended very well. Looking up closely, they look identical except for the tone. You can definitely tell that the MAC's is a lot darker. I don't know if you can see the difference, but we're gonna go ahead and apply eyeshadow. So I'm going to use today my two Ace palettes, the Vintage Dawn, and then the Ace Beaute Scarlet Dusk. So I'm going to be using these. They're in my Shop My Stash. I just wanted to kind of bring them out, play with some eyeshadow, and see how they all blend on top of the primer. So I'm going to go in with a really small blending brush, and I'm going into my Scarlet Dusk palette, and I'm going to go into the Sunset Rose, which is this orangey color right on top. And I'm just going to be applying that into my crease. I really have no idea what I'm going to do for eyeshadow today. I'll be just a bit more dramatic today just because I'm feeling summery, springy, bright colors. So we're just going to see where it goes. So looking up close, both eyeshadows are blending equally the same on both sides. I don't see any difference with the blend or if the primer is grabbing the shadow or anything. And I did not set the primer down because I just wanted to see how it worked all by itself with blending. I will say this side with the Revolution Pro does look brighter, and I didn't use any extra or any more product on that side, and I'm wondering if it's because of the tone of the primers, because this side was a lot brighter than this side, and maybe that's why it looks brighter. But they definitely, I don't know, I just definitely think this color looks darker or brighter or more vivid, and that's kind of weird. All right, so next I'm going to get a different brush, a smaller brush, and I'm going to go into, let's go into Crimson. Let's get wild and crazy. So go into Crimson, and I'm going to take that onto the outer half of my eyelid and blend that just a little bit up into the crease. And this is kind of like a neon orange, so we'll see kind of how neon colors go on top of this eye primer. It's definitely giving me all the summer and spring vibes I'm craving. I love summer. Summer is without a doubt my favorite season, and I am just so excited. It's actually been pretty warm here in Montana the last week or so. Windy, but warmer, and I'm just loving it. It's making me so excited for summertime. So looking at both of those, I definitely am noticing that everything on this side, on the Revolution Pro side, is a lot more pigmented, and just like more vibrant. Like this neon orange is definitely brighter on this side than it is on this side. I do, like I said, I think it is because of the tone of the primer, but really, MAC doesn't have a lighter primer or a lighter paint pot. This is the Soft Ochre is the lightest beige tone. So if you, I think if you were even medium tone, you'd be able to do the Revolution Pro, and it would be lighter and possibly more vivid for your eyeshadows. So maybe if you think the MAC one is too dark for you, I would go with the Revolution Pro just for the tone in itself, because it really is making everything way more vivid on this side, I think. So, I mean, as long as the formula is close to the same and it doesn't end up creasing on me, it might definitely be worth it just for the tone difference. All right, so there are those eyeshadows. I don't know if you can notice any type of difference on camera with the color or the tone or anything, but I definitely can in person. Use a little bit of the Daybreak, which is this yellow color that is in the Vintage Dawn palette. And I'm going to use a little bit of a blending brush, and I'm going to take that into the front portion of my upper crease area, if that makes any sense. Just right here, just right above my crease up in the front. I really love yellow eyeshadows, especially for the spring and summer. I just think it makes everything just so bright and so open. And it's the same with the yellow. It's a brighter on the other side, on the Revolution Pro side. So that is really, really, really interesting, actually. I've never done two eyeshadow primers on different sides just to see the difference, but really, I mean, I don't I wish you could see it. I don't think you can, but I wish you could. So I am going to go with next. You know what? Let's just stick with the yellows. Let's do yellow, orange, neons. I like that. So we're going to do Sun out of the Vintage Dawn palette. And I'm just going to apply it with my fingers. I'm not going to put anything else down because I just want to see how it's going to attach to the primer. And I'm just going to tap that onto the front third of my eyelid. And this color is really kind of chunky metallic, but I feel like if you press and then kind of swipe, it kind of blends it in better. I wouldn't say that Ace Beaute has my absolute favorite eyeshadow formula. I've been trying these palettes out for the last couple weeks, and they're not my absolute favorite. The colors are really beautiful, but the metallics aren't very creamy, and the mattes are blendable, but if you get too many different colors going on, which I do like to do kind of adventurous new eyeshadow type or eyeshadow looks, it definitely can get muddy and kind of not blend very well. So that's not my absolute favorite. I'm gonna blend out that metallic. And same with this one, it is just, oh, there's tons of fallout. Oh no. It is just brighter. Everything is just brighter on the Makeup Revolution Pro. So next I'm gonna go into the Serengeti color up top and tap that into the middle of my lid. It's a little bit darker of a gold. And I think that gold kind of works a little bit better than the Sun one. It's not quite as chunky. And you definitely could be wetting these, and they would definitely probably be more pigmented. I wanted to leave them so that the formula is not affected in any way, so I can just see how these primers work with it. So now I've dusted off the fallout. I'm going to do mascara, and then I'll do the bottom lash line, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I applied mascara and finished my eye look. So my first initial thoughts is they perform really similar. I don't notice a big difference in how my eyeshadows applied, except for the Revolution Pro side. I think because it was a lighter tone, everything looked more vivid, which might be a really good thing. If you're pale, or if you have tried the MAC Soft Ochre and the color didn't work for you, a core from Makeup Pro might work better for you. So those are my initial thoughts. I haven't seen any type of wear or anything, so I will check in later today. It is right now it is, let's see. So it is 8:53 right now in the morning. I will do a check-in in a few hours just to see how the eyeshadow is wearing, and hopefully it doesn't crease. Because if it doesn't, then this might be an awesome option from the drugstore. So I will come back and check in a few hours, and then we will just see how it wears. Okay, I'll be right back. Bye, guys. Alright, so I wanted to hop on here. It's been about 7 hours since I applied my eyeshadow, and let you know what I thought about the two products and if I think that they're comparable or which one I thought was better. So I think they're identical products. I don't have any creasing on either side. Both of my eyelids look really nice still. It really held on to the pigment. It hasn't fallen all over the place. I do have a little bit of glitter. That's because of the eyeshadow, not the primer. But I really like it. And honestly, I like the Revolution Pro, the color of it better. It works better for my undertone. So I don't like dupe products very much. But when it's a little bit different and it's a difference that's needed, so because the Soft Ochre is a darker beige color, really the core is so nice for super fair skin. So I think if you are fair and maybe Soft Ochre is too dark for you, definitely go for this. It works way better because it's lighter. It will work a lot better for your skin tone. So honestly, I will continue to use the Revolution Pro. I just like it a lot. It looks really nice. The color is really nice. It held onto my eyeshadow. So if you're looking for an affordable alternative to the MAC paint pot, definitely go with the Makeup Revolution. They did also, or the Revolution Pro, not Makeup Revolution. I don't know what the difference between the brands are, but Revolution Pro. Yeah, they did have a darker cool tone one, and they also had a metallic. I'm actually really curious about the metallic one because of the formula of this and how well it wore. I'd really like to see the metallic one, and it did swatch really pretty, so I'll go back and get that one. But for $8, I would just definitely go with the Revolution Pro primer. It works really well, and I will continue to use it. So that's the end of the video. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.